I'll tell you. I had a boy.
Oh, now you gonna preach to me, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna preach. And you gonna listen!
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna preach. And you gonna listen. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's happening? What's crack-a-lating? Man, you know why I'm on here. I'm on here because I can be. And I'm on here because you ain't got nothing else to listen to. You ain't got nothing else to do. You talking about the same old thing you've been talking about. Guess what? I'm going to talk about it too. Soon as I figure out how to get my little monitor set up here. I don't know if I'm coming through loud and clear or otherwise, but nonetheless, I'm up on here. So what else you got to do? Like I said, this is another impromptu live. Hey, Kip, stop stealing my line talking about, man, I ain't even know I was going to be on here. I just popped up. Stop stealing my lines. That's my line, right? I coined that, right? You borrowing too much. But anyway, I'm on here just babbling. Y'all know how I do. I babble till something comes out, and usually it formulates and coagulates into some type of semi-coherent mishmash, and then we can get on with it. So, didn't announce anything. I'm going to learn my lesson one day. I'm going to actually announce something in advance. But, it takes the fun out of it, with the surprise, So, here we are. Let me go ahead and pull up the comments so I can get myself acclimated. Welcome, QT1. That's that girl selling them plates. And welcome, Umfufu Murphy. That's right. Welcome to the joint. So anyway, like I said, it's not one of them boring shows, right? Which means get it while it lasts, because I don't like to step out of my comfort zone with this. I'm trying to sign in here on my thing. Man, look, check it out. So it's a lot of back and forth, Now, some people will say that's the nature of the beast, back and forth. But it's more like a call and response. I say something and I mention your name, then you got to come on, sign on, and answer back what I said. What's really crazy is how, like, if you wasn't even involved in it, you just kind of threw yourself in the mix. Now you on the carousel merry-go-round with everybody else. Am I telling you not to be on the merry-go-round? No, hell no. Y'all know my motto, live and let live. Get on that, go back and forth. Get your content up. Get them cash apps. Get paid. That's what you're here for. You ain't here for nothing else. Surely you're not here like me, just wasting time, not getting paid with nothing better to do. But hey, we all here together. Welcome, my opinion. Oh, man, my funny, sunny money bunny is in the house. We call her TT around the way. But she's here live and direct. So everybody else here. So a lot of back and forth, y'all. Man, I've been asking the question. Y'all seen me in these chats getting ignored. I'm in there with my common logic trying to ask questions, and I ain't getting no answers. So I said, you know what? I'm going to come over here to my joint, and I'm going to ask the questions I was asking in y'all chats that y'all was ignoring. Y'all was ignoring me because, I was kind of in that neutral position, just trying to make you think. Yeah, I wasn't on there high capping like, I'm some, what they call me, holier than thou, self-righteous, all that type of guy. I was on there like, hey, what about this point of view? I just wasn't going to get up on no panel to do it. I didn't have time. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I'm jealous because I can't get on the panel with you the way that I want. You know what I'm saying? But what I tell y'all, everybody got a channel. Everybody got a phone. Welcome, Lorna Doone Williams. Everybody got a phone, so we can all get on whenever we feel like it, and we can get down with the get down. So, man, look, check this out. One of the questions I asked is, because I'm hearing a lot of people telling the other folks what they're wrong for doing. Oh, You called over here to my peoples. You wrong. Oh, you drove past my job. You wrong. Oh, you put my picture up and turned it into a monkey. You're wrong. I I don't know what the hell is right and wrong around here. I don't know what right and wrong is. And I think that's what's causing a lot of my confusion and provokes me to ask the questions that I ask that, that pops up from time to time, which is one of them. What are the boundaries here? What's right and what's wrong? Now, to me, I get confused. If I was somebody coming from the outside looking in, I would have to ask myself a question like, man, I hear them arguing, and what they saying, they're implying that people should be doing something different from what they're doing, because what they're doing is unlawful and what they're doing is a violation. So they should be doing something else other than what they're doing. All right, well, I'm confused and I'm here. So for all you strangers that just happen to pass through this particular street on Blacktube, I'm here to tell you that I'm equally as confused because I don't know what the boundaries are. I don't even know if there should be boundaries. 1 minute you speaking about boundaries. Oh, I know daggone well Yolanda. Hey, Londa. She done stopped by. I done caught her on a day off. I don't know what the boundaries are. You know what I'm saying? Or are we supposed to have boundaries? Yeah, I'm repeating myself. Some folks say, keep it on YouTube. Keep it on YouTube. Don't take it off of YouTube, whatever. Hey, look, when we tried to have a boundary discussion years ago, when we had an influx of people that wanted to make a name for themselves on Blacktube, so they came in, and anybody that said there should be a boundary or this isn't right or, like keep it at a roast level, they were screaming out, shut the F up. What all of them? Shut the F up, leave the sector, go to your channel and be the change you talking about, get out of my chat or whatever, right? So they had all this to say. Now, mind you, all the people that talked that hot shit back then have all since become victims at least once or twice. They have all been exposed, doxxed, drugged through the mud, ridiculed, shamed, shunned, embarrassed, and any other adjective that you can come up with to describe what they've gone through. Now, did I gloat? Did I say I told you so? No, hell no. Y'all know my motto, live and let live. Even if it's grimy living, still let they ass live. So a lot of folks like to throw around the word karma. So I feel like, who am I to tell you what you should or should not do? And I don't ever want to get put in that bag where it looks like I'm telling somebody what to do or not do. I'm just here reporting the news. Now, you do get some folks come on here with that in the middle of the night. They're going to tell you all the things you're doing wrong as an adult. Look at me. I'm better than you. You're not. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm right here in the thick of it. I remember you commented that when it was you saying move away from stuff no one wanted to hear it, when you brought up that point years ago. Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I personally knew where it was going. I was like, remember I kept saying, y'all, we need to get some balance. You got to maintain that balance. Now, some folks, oh, yeah, I forgot what else. The other insult. You ain't got nobody listening to you. You ain't nobody. You ain't popular, because they all about views and members and all this other craziness. Like that means something in real life. It don't. You know what I'm saying? I guess this is going to be an interactive conversation because I'm going back with the content. You can't control other people. So I set boundaries on my channel. Wisdom. Y'all, but that's a wise sister right there. That's a wise sister. Y'all, Eddie done already locked that down. Fellas, sorry. Y'all should have hollered at her back in the 90s. She took it now. That sister got some insights. But y'all better heed the warning. T.M.K, I wasn't trying to ignore you, but half the time when you're in the chat, I cannot see you until the content getter says hello and put your comments on the screen. Yo, hey, Lorna, you know what? I'm not even at you personally. I do feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I was shadow banned or something. When I go around to the chats, I'm like, yo, am I on in here? You know what I'm saying? Not that I expect everybody to go Norm when I walk in the door like it's Cheers or some shit, but it was on my mind. I had a hard time getting through the live about TPO. Oh, TPO. Oh, so paperwork. My goodness, why was that person interrupting like it was a jury trial? Yo, that's another thing, man. We don't know how to communicate. That's the only thing. Yo, them panels, man, where, yo, you talk for 3 minutes, then it's my turn to talk, and I get 10 seconds into it, and I'm getting cut off. Yo, what is that about? Like, come on, man. Come on. We already know what you're gonna say. You say it you say it every day on every panel. So, yo, for once, give somebody else the chance to answer back. Some folks might say it's all nonsense. Why are we even talking about these topics? Oh, and I'm going to mention the topic today. Yeah, like I said, this is not a boring show. I had to instead again, y'all. I'm here because I'm typing the comments, and it's kind of like I'm in somebody else's house and I'm kind of whispering in the corner. So I said, let me come over here and do it. All right, so let's talk about the on YouTube and off of YouTube. Now, I'm more confused because I have seen dozens of content creators talk about not taking something off of YouTube or talking about a boundary that they themselves have broken. So I feel like today, let's talk about it. That's why it's called my unpopular opinion. I was never on here to be popular or have a popular opinion, about things. Uh-oh, my twin says the sector's dead, bro. Any place where the truth is secondary is dead. Now, you know what? I want to say something about that. That is probably by far the best definition I ever heard of this place being dead. That's it. You're right. And actually, can you believe I planned on talking about that topic and about facts and truths? You're going to hear me say stuff like that today because this is one of the few days I actually have a memory so I can recall things. But yo, back to the whole on and off YouTube stuff. And by the way, there's plenty of violations of that. Now, you've even heard me say in the past what's on and off YouTube. You've heard my opinions on it. I'll probably contradict myself today. Why? Because this is a different day. I've grown since 3 days ago. I have more insight than what I had before, and I came here to share with you so the 12 people that visit my chat can enjoy my ramblings. Now, on YouTube, what is that? We're on YouTube right now. I am saying things to you on YouTube. You are here saying things to me, right? Well, it's more than that. Referencing any information provided by the member verbally on YouTube. That's the old whatever you say can and will be used against you. So if I say something about like, hey, I had some surgery and now, I'm having some issues with something personal, that can be used against me. I said it on YouTube. You didn't go look up my medical records to find that out. You heard me on YouTube say it. I share. Sometimes we overshare, because we put things out. Yo, man, sometimes y'all know me, I keep it real. I talk about the kids, the family, the travel, the trips, the ups, the downs, all of that. Some of the stuff I don't go into detail because I feel my adult children have a right to their privacy for the things that they do. Some of that stuff is personal. They might not want me saying it, so I don't. Nor am I ashamed of. It is what it is. The crossfire boundaries happen in so many spaces. I remember something about a politician doxing someone from the other political party. It seems to be the weak ass go-to now, the whole doxing thing. So yeah, if it was shared on YouTube, then it's fair game on YouTube. So if you tell me as a big grown ass 280 pound, 6'3" man that you like to cuddle with an Elmo doll and eat French vanilla ice cream watching Dora, you better goddamn believe I'm going to be clowning you about that at some point. You're going to hear it. You should have never told me that on YouTube, right? Now, referring to any content or images shared by the content creator, that is on YouTube. It is fair game, i.e., if I decide to take pictures of myself at the cookout and I'm very high or drunk, and my eyes are rolling up in my head and you want to make a meme out of it because I put it on my community wall, oh, well, it's on YouTube. It's right here, right? That don't mean going to my Facebook and getting it. It's on YouTube. What else is on YouTube? Using commentary, music, or graphics directed towards the content creator for any purpose, right? So if I'm coming at you directly with something I created, I threw music in there because that's what I do. I will take some narrative about you that's somebody said or you said, twist it and make it completely outrageous and turn it into something funny. And usually I get a jocular response to that. You will laugh right along with me because you know deep down in your soul that my intention was not to hurt your feelings, and that if I did hurt your feelings, I would remove it immediately. Although some people will use that to play the victim for 10 years and keep telling you you did something wrong. I will ignore you at that point and tell you to get the hell over it and get the hell on. Directly communicating with a content creator in the chat or on the panel. If I say something in your chat and you respond to me, that is considered on YouTube. I can recall that later and use it, to include reviewing your live and giving my commentary on it. And also being on your panel, reviewing your audio and giving my content on it. All of these things are on YouTube. They're within the boundaries of YouTube. So if you say keep it on YouTube, that is what keep it on YouTube means. Keeping it right here, the source and the delivery to the source. Now, let's take a short trip off of YouTube. Let's talk about what's off of YouTube. Referencing other people's children or relatives that were not included in the first 4 items I mentioned. That is off of YouTube. How do you know my child's name? You had to go to the Instagram, which is off YouTube, to find it out. And then you had to click on their name, then click on their profile, then go to their TikTok. You had to do a whole lot of digging to get that, right? The same thing with my relatives. They are not on YouTube unless my cousin decide or my sister decides to join me on the panel. She is now on YouTube. She is fair game. You can talk about her low forehead brow and unibrow. You can talk about that, right? She says it's cute and the men like it, but hey, she is now fair game. She has journeyed inside of YouTube, right? Contacting other people's children or relatives. This is the next step of you went through the my name to the Facebook, to the Instagram, to the TikTok to find this child or relative. And then you thought it was a good idea to send them a DM, a note, a letter, a carrier pigeon, a smoke signal, and get their attention. That is also off of YouTube. Nothing to do with YouTube, though. You don't remember the same thing back in the 4th grade? I do anything you've ever ridiculed your mom and your car, your shoes, etc. Oh, interesting. All right, I'm going to read them comments in a second. So, also off YouTube, contacting people's spouses, which constitute relatives, spouses or relative, or places of employment. Well, if I can't get to you, I'll just get to your boss because you said something that hurt my feelings. You were roasting me with items within YouTube, but because I became so emotional, I decided to contact the job and take you out of your ability to provide for your loved ones. That is off of YouTube. My job has nothing to do, even if I've referenced I'm a plumber, that does not give you the right to call. Oh, well, he said he was a plumber. That does not mean you can call Roto-Rooter and start digging through the HR department to find me because I hurt your feelings. Or I love this. In the name of justice, I want to let them know what type of employee they have working for them and the despicable things that you're doing in your personal life. You know what? You're probably doing the person a favor because if they get fired behind some nonsense, they probably have a lawsuit, right? So that's off of YouTube. Moving right along, posting pictures of people's residences or property. That's off of YouTube. See, now some folks will say, well, I'm going to save that because I think I got another item to cut. They do that for the purpose. Y'all know, y'all have all seen it done here. It's a picture of your house before you moved in. It's got some cheap ass, faded ass gray paint on it. And it's, the roof, the shingles and shit are all loose. It's before you. It probably don't even look like that now. You probably fixed the place up. But they want to ridicule you and talk about, what it's like. Did I do that in the song? Yeah, I've done that in the song, but I didn't show a picture. I just referenced it. I.e., if you tell me that, hey, I live in a double wide trailer, I'm going to also say, yeah, you live in a double wide trailer. I'm going to make some redneck reference and hillbilly and everything else. That's on YouTube. Now, however, if I go to your Instagram, onto your Facebook, onto your son's TikTok to get a graduation photo of that little party in the yard, that you had, it wasn't a real party. It had the little hug juices and the hot dogs, the ballparks and stuff, and it was the grill was like cheaply done. But your house is in the. It's nothing wrong with a cheap party. We grew up on those, and the sheet cake that's a day old. Um, if I take a picture of your house, and I'm flashing that around, and then bad enough, your kids are in the photo. I try to black it out, but I made a mistake and one of the little faces are showing. So like I said, that's some bullshit. That is offline, off YouTube. Now, so far, am I saying that on or off is right or wrong? No, I haven't said that. That's for you to decide. You guys are all saying what's on and what's off, and I hear that, oh, he took it off. He should have kept it on YouTube or keep it on me, or, we're all saying these things, but we don't seem to be able to agree with, okay, moving forward, posting people's criminal, personal, or social records, birth certificates, that bullshit I did back in 81, which was expunged. If you find it, you good. Anything in my past, the criminal shit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm chuckling because that's kind of the topic of the week. And again, that's off of YouTube. Now I know this sounds stupid. Like, why is he telling? Like, this is common sense. He act like he's telling us something we don't already know. You do already know. That's the point. I'm here with questions, right? So, do you agree to keep it on YouTube or off YouTube within reason? What is the rule you're gonna go by? Because see, from where I'm standing, I see a lot of stuff on, being drug on, and I see a lot of stuff going off. Some of you say things like, well, it's public record. Okay. Welcome, Mac. Welcome to the chat. Making a change. Guess what, y'all? I don't know how many mortgage payments Make a Change got left. I might know that he owns his house, but in his home ownership is public record. However, it's not like I have to go look for that. I got to go dig it out to find it. That's off of YouTube. And public record is no excuse. Now, oh my God, I said no excuse. No. Take that back. I don't mean to imply that it's wrong. I'm saying it's public record is still no excuse. It's off of YouTube. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you can't go do it. Again, I hate to keep saying that. I'm not here to tell y'all what to do. So I asked the question, do you agree to keep it on YouTube or off YouTube? That's one question you got to ask yourself. Another question I have for the peanut gallery, these are the people watching in the replay. Have you taken things off of YouTube? And if you did, what was your excuse for taking it off of YouTube? Now, you're going to answer that question to yourself because like the brother said early on, Chat Live said, the twin said, hey, it ain't no truth around here. So in other words, you're not going to have people that stand up to say, yeah, I said it was wrong for people to take things off of YouTube, but then I also did it. And when you hear them say that they did it, they took it off of YouTube, they're going to follow up with a very good reason why they did it. They talked about my kids. They talked about my husband. They said something about my daughter. It's going to be an excuse. I don't mean to sound that mockingly, but it's going to be an excuse as to why they did it. But do you understand that's where the hypocrisy comes in at? Because just last week you told me it was wrong for me taking it off YouTube, but now you're doing it, and you got a whole live setup, platform, graphics, great music. Now you're doing it, and you're telling me that it's okay for you to do. I don't understand. So if you're honest with yourself, you'll answer those questions. Okay, D7 says, that's her with the, oh, that's really her. Okay, that looks just like you. Well, some persons around here think it's okay to make a page of an individual, tag other individuals into shit they don't have any interest in. Do you guys have any commas in the UK? Anyway, you know I'm messing with you. Pippa, I'm sorry. I done doxed my homegirl. For sexy divine 7, her name Philippa Davies. We call her Pippa around the way. But anyway, she don't care, y'all. She don't care. What y'all gonna do? Look her up. What y'all gonna do? Anyway, she don't mind. She said it was cool for me to say it. So yeah. So somebody, or who is that? You know, well, some persons around here think it's okay to make a page of an individual. Tag. I wish I knew who that was, and you can say it because this isn't a boring sector topic. This is like you can say names, and I will at some point during this presentation. Then there'll be a link so y'all can come up here and say whatever you got to say. And no, I'm not. It's okay. So that's a false. That's a false equivalency. Children eating is necessity. Doxing someone is not. Oh, somebody that can handle chat lives matter in the logic department. Ooh. Uh-oh. Let me find out. Bombay, a lot of people who are in the spotlight do these things tactically, even if they say it's morally wrong. I definitely wrestle with that. See why this is why when me and you came up in that orphanage, I knew that we were bonded for life because of just how we see the universe. And that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the topics, not the people, you know. But it's always been on my mind because I'm watching the people yell at other people for doing the things they did. And I'm just like, yo, you did that too. But every time you ask, why did you? And that's what keeps the argument going, because the person say, you did it too. Well, when I did it, here are the circumstances. Look, folks, we all are grown folks. Most of y'all is old ass people with me. And if you're gonna be, it's either it ain't no rules at all, and it's just whatever happens. Because let's be real, we're all here for the carnage. Me too. How else would I know what was going on if I wasn't in every chat room? I'm not better than you because I'm in every damn chat room. As I said, we're all equally pieces of shit to support this negative, nasty ass content we do. We either doing it, hosting it, we even on the panel, or we in the audience. You cannot be in the audience with a Bible preaching talking about, oh, y'all some sinners, and we all sitting up in here sinning together. So anyway, I just wanted to laugh at that because I'm right here with you. You know what I mean? Trust me, I tell y'all, if I sounded like holier than thou in the past, man, I can't believe I was not trying to be, because I can't stand that, man. I can't stand that where you're coming off like, hey, we need to all be adults around here, and what you guys are doing is like, it's unacceptable. Why don't you just leave YouTube, and why don't you just do like me and be like me? And then the me turns around and does the same bullshit they just told y'all you was doing. Again, it's just a lot of hypocrisy around here. Oh, segue. I disagree with the good brother Gates. The boring sector is very necessary. Very necessary. Why? Because you can't have the yin without the yang. Now, since we couldn't get that good old fresh wholesome balance in the sector that I called for 5 years ago, we're going to create a sector adjacent space that will be all pure one thing: boring, slow adult topics that most people will not find interesting. Boom. So adding, and a lot of people in the boring sector are people that they have a foot in each sector. So therefore, that's the yin for the yang. So when you say, Gates, when you say, get that shit out of here, don't nobody want to hear that shit, get that shit out of here. But I mean, you did kind of say last month, like, hey, why y'all keep doing this? Why y'all keep doing, why don't y'all do, why don't y'all? And so we're doing the other thing. We have boring topics, and that's cool. Mac, I used to think it was silly to treat online like being playing a game. Oh, y'all talking to each other. That's cool too. I like to welcome the sister Mademoiselle Claquet to the chat. And also, oh man, Keeper 116, the West Side, rodeo style. Hey, Keeper, we got to get back in the lab and do some music. I got something loaded, but I don't know if you'll fit on this particular topic. But I can come up with something that you can do, you know. Anyway, check it out. So, man, we need the yin and the yang. We need the boring sector, very necessary. Man, all of the yelling and screaming, the Jerry Springer shit is cool, but sometimes we just want to go have that conversation, and talk. Oh, moving it right along. I got to say this, man. I'm here with y'all. I'm watching it. My personal opinion on the Kip Quan situation. My personal opinion on the Kip Quan situation. Now, I did title this Unpopular Opinion. I did say that, right? Sorry, I ain't got the sound effects. I only do that shit in music. Man, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100. Now, let me tell you something. I had to get my emotion out of this, right? Meaning, this is what I really would hope everybody can do sometimes. Yo, look at the two individuals, and I know sometimes these individuals have done things or said things to you didn't like, and that shit is still up under your skin. Or maybe they just posted some content and exposed your ass, like I was done. Or brought other people on to ridicule you, or said shit to you, right? Or cranked up complete topics, dropping your name for no goddamn reason other than they needed content. Well, I'm gonna put all that aside today because I need to just look at this thing objectively. Now, why am I talking about? I'm here. I just been hearing it. I'm just like, I gotta say something. And plus, I'm working on a song about it. But anyway, my personal opinion, each of these individuals have the right to defend their person, reputation, relatives, family, or careers by any reasonable means within their disposal. No one can dictate the response these individuals should subscribe to. Oh, I can't believe he said that. Now, notice I said both of these individuals. See, if I'd have said one or the other, it would get a response of, oh, he's supporting that guy. So now your emotion, not y'all per se, because y'all pretty reasonable people. Now your emotional kick up because you hate the person that I mentioned. So you got to say, oh, you caping for, you jumping out of the window for. So what? I just said both of them have that right. So am I jumping out of the window for both? Nope. I am a man that's looking at this without an emotional lens, and I'm looking at this objectively, and this is what I see. Now, some people would disagree and say, no, it's certain things they shouldn't do that they're doing and engaging in because it's not right. No, nah. They got that right. They can do whatever they want. Because see, I started out the conversation with asking, what are the boundaries? So if you can't come to this place every day and set down some boundaries of how it should operate, then you very well can't tell two people how they should act, whether it's online, even with the documents and all that information and the court cases and all this other stuff. If that's what they're gonna do, that's what they're gonna do. All is fair in love and war. So one person might say, hey, it's wrong that you referenced the child. The other person might say it's wrong that he cussed you out about it. It's wrong that you went and pulled up the child's criminal record. It's wrong that he pulled up your criminal. It's wrong. It's wrong. See, we'll go back and forth. I say whatever arsenal weaponry they want to use out of their arsenal, the war chest, then so be it. Because there's nothing written, I have nothing documented that says they can't do that based on the rules of engagement in this section of BlackTube called The Sector. And that's my honest opinion about that. Now, as a man, would I do it? No, but they ain't me and I ain't them. And what I tell y'all, if your past was their past, if your pain was their pain, if your level of consciousness was their level of consciousness, you would be thinking and acting just like they are doing now. Now, of course, some people have decided to take this situation and use it as a clout chase or inject themselves into the middle of the beef and then get all emotional and holler and scream. No. I guess you have a right to do that as well. I'm just saying I'm not gonna do it. I felt like I just wanted to I needed to get that on. Oh, did I push this thing? Oh, I thought I had a link somewhere. I don't know. So look, right next, right? Oh, people ain't gonna like what I say, but I don't care. Their personal lives are none of my business, and I don't love or hate either one of them enough to get involved in their offline affairs. Meaning, hey, I and from a non-emotional standpoint, it ain't enough for me. And I could, it, it ain't enough for me to take it offline with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call no agency. I ain't looking nothing up. However, it's me and my hypocrisy. If y'all post this shit, some of this shit is hilarious, yo. I'm in the chat rolling, cracking up. To me, the sadistic side of me finds that shit hilarious. That's why I'm right here with you in the chat. Now, you might be here because you want to see somebody get took down a peg or see them get their soul completely burned and destroyed. That's your business. I'm here because the shit cracks me up. And I do think it's funny. Now, I'm segueing. I'm sorry, y'all. I done exposed myself. But I do think it's hilarious when you talk shit online and you expose people and y'all do all that fuck shit that y'all like to see, and then all of a sudden a bomb blows up in your face. I think that shit is fucking poetic justice. It's funny as shit to me. All right. But on the day, I'm not here to talk about why the downfalls is hilarious. I'm here to say, what is my how do I feel deep down inside about this and what's happening with these individuals in a struggle, two men's grappling, locking, in a struggle, a battle of wits, looking for justice and through fairness and equitable combat. All right, so yo, check this out. Another opinion of mine, another unpopular opinion. I also feel if you bring your business online and involve the people here, then it becomes the interest of the public and they have a right to speak about it. Even if it is clout chasing, grifting, or attention whoring, which some of y'all are doing. So see, y'all, it's fair. I'm fair. They bought it online, so y'all can definitely go to your channels and talk as much shit as possible. And please put your Cash App as your name and make as much money off of that bullshit as you can. Get paid while you're here. That's right. Exploit their pain for profit. That's what y'all do round chick. I'm trying to tell you, I'm sitting here eating a big bag of Flaming Hot. Ooh, that sounds good. I wish my doctor said I can't have them. I have a twisted sense of humor. It's okay. Speak your truth. That shit is hilarious. That's why, hey, y'all, I'm sorry. That shit is funny. Now, I could get all pompous and be like, hey, now you men, you should take this offline and handle it like adults and really sit down and have a cup of coffee and really talk things out. We know that bullshit ain't gonna happen. Y'all go at each other's head like y'all been doing. Hey, it's entertaining as shit. I ain't gonna lie. So y'all keep on at it, man. It's funny. And I'm going, and I will be joining the fun as well in my own way. And y'all know what I mean. Man, look, like I said, the same way you have a right to your privacy, you also have the choice to disengage, not respond, because obviously no response, no content. These are to the gladiators. Y'all can easily just disappear. You could be like, you know what? I don't care what the other person say. I'm not signing on. I ain't saying shit. I'm going to stay right here in the comforts of my own home, safe from this bullshit. Or I'm going to go to another section of WhiteTube where nobody know my name. And I get a new screen name, go over there. I ain't got to deal with this bullshit. So you have that right. Now I heard one of the gladiators say, no, you can't disengage. It's impossible. It's too much. It's too strong. Now, y'all, that was some of the realest shit I ever heard in my life. Welcome, MCB, Raw G from back in the day around the way. We go all the way back to Brooklyn. Hey, look, check it out. He ain't never lied, y'all. This shit is addictive as hell. And let me give y'all a little glimpse on something. Man, I know I'm dead wrong. I be falling asleep listening to this shit. I be having the earbud in one ear. Yo, and I get up and complain to them, man, I ain't sleep good. I ain't sleep good because I had somebody yelling in my ear all night. Man, I know that's some bullshit, but I'm here to keep it real with you and tell you I'm addicted to the drug just like you. That's why y'all here every day. That's why you, no matter what, you know, this one person go live and they say, who going live next to talk about the same dumb shit I just talked about? And you'll run your ass. We be sitting right up there in the chat like we ain't just hear this shit 5 minutes ago. That's part of the addiction. I can quit anytime I want. I only use this drug or black tube recreationally. I don't have to tune into that lie. I can leave anytime I want. Your ass ain't leaving nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Who here? Hey, man, hold up, man. I ain't got no banner, and you got a weird picture. Come on, bro. Don't do this to me, man. Don't photobomb me. I'm on the roll. Hold on 1 second. And don't come here with no anyway. So hold on, y'all. Hold on. See, I was on the roll. Hold on. Damn. Man, I ain't good at all this asset crap. Hold on. Let me see. Do I got a banner? Is this a banner? No. Is that a banner? No. Bro, sorry, man. I don't know how to vet people, so I ain't trying to have nobody shut my joint down. Let me see. Is that a banner? Oh, maybe that's it. Let me see.
Yo.
Oh, that is you. What's happening?
Yeah, I've just caught it live 5 minutes ago. This is probably the realest stuff I've ever heard you say since I've
Yeah.
been familiar with your channel and you. Real talk.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
Keep
Thanks
going,
for
keep
that.
going.
Yeah,
You know?
no doubt.
I also want to say, I know you don't have a side, you're unbiased, or I'm presuming. I want to shout out Raw B and Cellulite. I really find them, even though I'm kind of on the other side of their battles, I find them extremely, extremely entertaining. What about you?
Oh, well, man, I tell you what, as a couple, they definitely complement each other.
Right.
Like, it's almost like watching the Globetrotters play basketball. It's like there's no look passes and shit. Like one person say something, the other person finishes the sentence, and then when Cellulite is going off with the with that when he goes into his rant, and then Raw is in the background going, and plus you did this, and then you did that, and
Yeah.
then you over here with that, and then
And you
it's like
said
it's a
sadistic.
song and
You
shit.
hit the nail on the court when you said
That
sadistic.
shit
Like,
is
I shouldn't
yo.
be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing. Like, I was watching. I was lit. They was on my. I was laughing. And I was trying to hold like, yo, they funny. They're funny. Quiet as this kept, but so is Kip. Anti. You said entertained. It is wrong for me because I would agree. Could be entertaining, but at the same time, it could be a lot. It could be too much. But I'll mute. Please continue. Please continue. I hope I
No,
don't interfere.
No, it's cool because I was winding it down to like open up anyway. No, I was saying, my other unpopular opinion, in my opinion, the people on the outside, not really interested in truth, facts, justice, decency, or respect. The positions we hold are based on who is most popular in our lives. You know, it could be the Ray guy or it could be the Kip guy. So whoever I like the most, that's who I'm going, I'm a ride with them no matter what. Even if it don't align, even if it's wrong what they do or say, just because I'm on their side, then that means I'm going to kind of excuse anything. In other words, I will completely ignore a fact, even if it's slapping me right in my face, because that's my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So it's evident, in the way, like the way we scrutinize these individuals, unequally applied. Like I said, because we look through emotional lenses when we look at people. I like him, so the fact that there might be a video with where you're on, dude could be on a video, full face, voice match, holding up a copy of the driver's license in today's newspaper from the Washington Post with today's headline in it, and the 50 people say that ain't him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my homeboy. That's my homeboy.
Wait,
So,
T.M.K. Wait, are you saying that? Are you throwing shade at Ray Triggs right
No,
now?
not at all. I'm using that as a pure example of, you remember on Dave Chappelle when he was doing the R. Kelly thing, and he said that wasn't R. Kelly, that was digital piss. You know how they was all making excuses, and R. Kelly he said you're gonna have to have R. Kelly grandmother here. And he was saying I need all this evidence to believe it was him on the tape. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's how we are. Well, I like R. Kelly, so I'm just gonna say that wasn't him on the tape. You know what I mean? Because I like his music. That's my whole point. We're biased. We're very biased. It could be on either side. We're gonna say we're biased. You know what I mean? So we're not here for facts. We just here for entertainment. We here for the fuckery and what have you.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Not to cut you.
Damn, I was
Go
hoping
ahead.
you wouldn't ask me. Go
How
ahead.
do you feel when it comes to Cellulite and Raw B, how they're approaching this and how they're addressing Kip? Because I heard somebody say that you talk to Kip behind the scenes and
He
whatnot. How
he
do you feel?
he
Because they're new to the sector, and for them to just be bogarting mainly Cellulite, he'll get on panels and he'll like overconsume the conversation. It becomes like Cellulite and Raw B show. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong, but they just their personalities, take over the platform that they're on. Depending upon the circumstances. How do you feel about this being a vet and Kip being your homie? How do you feel about just their entry in the sector?
I feel it's warranted. I feel like anybody else with a microphone or a channel, they are both intelligent enough to look at something, gather some details, and make a reasonable conclusion as to what they think about it, and they have a right to express their opinions on how they feel about it. And anybody that wants to host them on the panel to let them do so, then I don't see a problem with it.
Okay, right. All right, that
Yeah.
was my only question. All right, I mean, I
Oh,
might bounce. I might bounce because I see you kind of. Yeah, you all right? I know
yeah, I'm
we've
good.
had our back and forth, but you on one right now, so I'm gonna just give you your flowers. But I'm gonna step down. I'm gonna step down because so you
No,
can
that's
do your
cool.
thing.
I was this was the open portion of the
Oh,
show
okay.
anyway. So I was just all I had was my last two opinions and I already said that, so I'm done.
So where's Miss Murph? I think you went live. I was feeling kind of bad for you. Nobody hit your link. How do you feel about that? Do you feel some type of way?
N-
You took time out of your day to go live, and then are you expecting people to hit your link? Where do you? How do you?
No.
What's your state of mind
Oh,
when that doesn't
well,
happen?
no, I heard you say that. On the last show, nobody hit the link. It was a weird topic. It wasn't planned. I didn't have any structure, so nobody hit it. It's cool. The show before that, there was like 3 or 4 people that came through. So
Okay.
it's like you win some, you lose some,
Yeah.
Like right now, you would think like, hey, this guy's saying names, like, it's along the lines, but I guess it is kind of like where I'm coming in now. It's like we done beat the dead horse. And on top of that, these are unpopular opinions. So a lot of people ain't got a lot to say because most of us are polarized. We're on one side or the other.
Hmm.
Like I'm either on the Kip train or the Ray train. So it's hard to like to be in the middle and say, hey, let me look at this objectively. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, them men got a right to do. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Everybody has a right to broadcast about it. Everybody got a right to talk about it. As often as necessary. I said, well, let me just give my opinion on this because I always feel like you used to say back in the day, I was a fence rider. So let me let me say how I really feel about it. And I don't. Hey, it is what it is. It'll play itself out. You know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, the sadistic side of me enjoys the train wreck. So you know, hopefully we can get you some court dates and get some more information. Y'all can just keep right on entertaining with this shit. We can get 3 or 4 more songs out of it. Let's roll. Straight up. So it's
Do you
funny as
think?
shit though, because we made a whole we made a whole platform about embarrassing the shit out of each other for things we did in the past and all of that. That's what it comes down to. But I did learn one thing. We all got some shit in our past, man. Every day somebody else gets brought to the forefront and they shit gets exposed. So I'm convinced that even if you ain't been exposed yet, I'm convinced you got some shit with you too. Everybody got it. Not you per se, but they done already put you out. But everybody got something with them. That's why we here. I think that's the magnetism of this place is that it's like, hey, I got a bunch of bullshit and skeletons in the closet, and it seems like let me go over here and see somebody else skeletons fall the fuck out the closet, so I can kind of just mix in with the crowd and laugh a little bit about it, and hope they don't discover my bones.
Mm,
So
mm. How do you
please just
feel?
troll.
What's your state of mind when it comes to just the body cam? You think that well, then I guess I'm trying to pick your mind and just see where you at as far as side. That's kind of unfair. But
Well,
do you
no,
think if
it's what about it? Yeah, go ahead.
do you think if you went live more, that your unbiasedness, your approach, because it seems like you're trying to bring forth an unbiased approach yourself. Am I
Nah,
correct, or you've chosen a side?
nobody. No, I haven't. Nobody's really. I felt like nobody's talking about what's in the middle. Like
Mm,
everybody's on one side or the other. Nobody's talking
okay.
about, and I feel like that there's parts of me that rides one way or the other, but then I just feel like I said, well, how do you really feel about it? And I said, man, look, whatever they got to do to win this battle against each other is what they're going to do. Now, as an individual, I wouldn't do none of that. But hey, I can't. I'm not. I hate when people say, "Well, I'm not doing it, so you shouldn't do it." I'm saying I wouldn't do it, but you got to do whatever it is you got to do. So the one that cam footage, that body cam, oh, that was a powerful ass blow. That was like that. That was like
Yeah,
Ali's
that
left
came out
hook.
of nowhere. That
That was
came out
like
of nowhere.
boom, that shit hit. I was like, oh. And then of course the people on the supporters on the other side, they like, oh, we got to get some research. So they pulling out some records and shit. They coming back. Hey man, look,
Mm,
we got something. You can put these weights in your glove, hit back,
mm.
So the brothers is going back and forth. Now we got court dates, we got restraining orders and shit. The restraining order is like kind of a defensive move. That's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the jab. He saw that jab coming. This time he anticipated and he leaned back like he did an ollie, leaned
Right,
back,
right, right, right.
and said, rumble, young man, rumble. So that's another blow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
why he do that? Why you put? Well, if that ain't you, why you do it? Hey, look, I'm gonna say this gonna sound real crazy, and I was like, because everybody say, well, if it ain't you, then it ain't no case. If it's not you, why are you defending it? Hey, I did say earlier, you got a right to defend yourself by any way. So even if you got to lie about your identity to cover it up
Mhm.
because that protects you, bro, you got to do what you got to do. Now, I know better, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. So if
Right,
I
right,
say
right.
your name is this, you got to say, shit, that ain't me. That ain't me. Keep saying that shit that ain't me. Because if that's going to give you a layer of protection, then you got to use everything you got. Because you don't want. I mean, some people say, why would you just say it's you? Okay, if I say it's you, is y'all gonna just leave me alone?
So
Nope. You gonna
so
you gonna
so
go
so
dig this
basically,
shit up.
so basically, you saying strategy wise, he made the best decision as far as how he's approaching it, how he has approached it already, and how he's dealing with it. You're saying you would have handled it exactly how he has handled
No,
it.
nah. I would have just admitted it was me. But
Okay.
I see the strategy in that. Like by not admitting you, what you're doing now is you're not swinging, you're ducking the punches and you're dancing around. You're frustrating your opponent and you're tiring him out. You're taking a
Ooh,
couple
ooh.
of body shots, you're folding up in the corner, you're letting him wear himself out so you can get a counter in those later rounds.
Mm,
By using that tactic, it ain't me. It
okay.
ain't me. The more I say it ain't me, the more madder you get. Shit, I was sitting there getting pissed off. Like, why you keep saying it ain't? Why he saying it ain't him?
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, why am I getting mad? Shit, I ain't got nothing
Right,
to do with
right.
this. Now I see why. I go, oh, okay, I get it. That ain't me. But we got you on the tape. That ain't me. We see your car. It's got Ray on the tape. That ain't me. That motherfucker ain't me. All right. How you doing? Watch. I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna go to the court, and I'm gonna still say it ain't me. You know what I mean? So shit, you gotta
That
use what
even
you
at the
gotta
court,
use.
even at the court, even the per or the yeah, that's perjury,
No, I
right?
think Cellulite said last. Cellulite asked somebody. He was asking some people a question. He said, how you know it's him? Did he say? He said, did the police say his name? Like
Wait,
he was
what?
saying it like he was saying it like the police was gonna have him say his screen name or
Oh,
something. Like he said,
yeah.
did he tell the police he was trans? And then he was using that logic to shut them down when he was questioning them. And I said,
Yo,
but the
real talk.
police
Yo,
wouldn't
when
ask him his
cellulite,
screen
when
name.
that dude is mad, that's the only time I want to watch him. It's kind of that's messed up, but I only like them two when they're mad.
Yo,
When they going off, when they talking shit,
where,
yo, that
cause
shit is. Go
they
ahead.
remind me, what was that movie? What's it called? Mr. and Mrs. Smith? The
Yeah,
two
yeah,
assassins, and then they
yeah,
got the
yeah.
assignment to kill. Yeah, it's like
And then
it's
he
like
went
they
in the
love
room.
they
He got
kissing
off
each
the
other. They
phone.
kissing each other and passionately about when they about to get in the car and go kill some people. They like, I love you, baby. Loading in the guns and shit. And it's like, yo, y'all about to blow some shit up? Talking about you love each other. But yeah, hilarious. But hey, we gonna all see how it plays out. Like I said, everybody's here for it, you know, or whatever. Personally though, the real side, I hope the brothers get all of it out their system and get past this. But if they come on here tonight and shut all that shit down and decide to cease and desist, this whole sector going to be the boring sector because y'all gonna have shit to talk about. So you better enjoy it while you can, you know, and then hopefully we can get back to business. Because eventually, once we expose everybody in the whole sector, there ain't gonna be shit else to talk about. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's that's just how I felt about it. That's why I wanted to come on to say today. And that was my conclusion, because y'all know, like I said, I hope they can resolve their issues and get on with their lives and let he who is without sin cast the first comment. However, I will be dropping some music, roasting their asses shortly. It's what I do. Like I said, I was sitting back. I said, I ain't gonna make no more music. I said, how can I let this shit go by? I can't do it. My hand was shaking. I'm waiting on the verse. So hopefully, y'all, we can get back to laughing. You know, that's what I felt like my niche was, making the music we can laugh at each other and shit, laugh at ourselves and stuff. It ain't never malicious. Ain't nothing crazy. I ain't no roaster. I ain't the go live guy and roast you live. That ain't my thing. I don't know how to do that. So I can only do what I can only use a tool I got in my tool chest, you know, like they're using tools they got, you know. So hopefully we'll see where this goes, you know what I mean? But it's funny though. It's funny arguing over what's a fact and what's not a fact. You know, I asked the question the other day. I said, well, I heard the voice recording of the one person calling the daughter on the phone. Now, I heard that with my own ears. The other person said their daughter was called, but I ain't hear nothing. I ain't see nothing. So I asked the question. I said, is there any evidence of this? And I ain't get an answer. But see, y'all already know when you like somebody, you don't need evidence. Yeah, he said it, so it's true. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's what we going with. He said it, so it's true. But at the end of the day, no matter what happens on here, I guess he dropped off. No matter what happens on here, these two guys, however they end up is how they're gonna end up. Think about it. It don't affect none of us in our lives. It don't at all. That's why I took the positions. That's why I have the positions that I have on it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not like I'm not really like vested one way or the other. And I had to really stop and think about that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, you know, part of me was kind of emotional too. Y'all know I my name was up on the big screen from time to time around here. I felt some kind of way. But then I said, man, if I still feel some kind of way, that means I'm harboring this. I said, how do you really feel? I'm like, well, hey, look, the people can't decide where the boundaries are. They can't decide if if it's right or wrong. They can't decide what's good or bad. So looks like, I guess the rules there are no rules. And it's going to have to just play itself out. Know what I mean? So that's my honest opinion on that. I'm not, and as a man, I gotta be that way because I can't ride it, and I'm gonna tell you something. Even if I liked one of them more than the other, right? Even if he said Bombay can have a talk with himself, I can dig it. No doubt. We call that schizophrenia. Even if I liked one of them more than the other, right? Let's say I grew up with one of them and the other one was just some guy I just met on the internet. If that was my homeboy for real, then I would tell him like, hey, but offline, of course, hey man, that ain't you should approach that another way, blah, 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 blah. And as Gates did allude to, he said, you talk to him behind the scene. And he said this twice. You talk to him behind the scene. You don't be telling him, you don't correct him. We don't talk like that. It's not like we're on here every day behind the scene. Hey, what happened in the sector today? And like I said, even if it is, I have to respect the individual for doing things the way he wants. It's not necessarily the way I would do it. Now if he asked my opinion and said, hey, what do you think I should do about this? Then I would say, hey, I would handle it this way. But I feel like I'm not here to tell that man how to handle stuff. And like I said, if both of them acted civilly and just quieted all the way down, y'all wouldn't have nothing to talk about, and it wouldn't be fun no more. Now would it? Because we be sitting on here talking about the whole Iranian war and everything Trump doing and the craziness. I wouldn't want to talk about that either because it's the same thing. If it don't, well, we at this age, if you got paperwork, you got to check out. If it don't fly. So I think we're breaking this thing down to who's right and who's wrong, you know, but it really is no right and wrong. It's like, well, you talked about my relative, you talked about mine, you attacked mine, I attack yours. It seems like two people with a difference of opinion. And because of that difference of opinion, they're going to go above and beyond to slay the other person. And that's what they're doing. It's like I say, it's just gladiators going at it. Now, I say this to the gladiators: stand on your own. Like, you don't need the entourage, because see, the only thing we can provide to you here is moral support. We can all come in the chat. We can open the show and talk about you and put you in the positive light and celebrate you and support you. Oh, you're right and he's wrong, and we can do that. But that's not, see, the thing is, though, Jesus, to the gladiators, no matter what we say or do here, it ain't gonna help you in the court of law. No matter what we do or say, it's not going to help you in the real world. It might make you feel good for a little while because, oh man, them people got my back. They got my back. But do we really got your back though? Because we don't really know you. Like, we never met you. We might have talked to you on the phone. We might have sent some emails, but really though, how many of us is going to get on the plane and seriously, we talking about on the 21st and 23rd. How many of us is going to get on the plane? Some of us live nearby. How many of us going to show up at your court date and come forward as a character witness and say, I know him from the internet and he's not that guy? It's not going to happen. And you damn sure can't take the playbacks, the live stream. Excuse me, Your Honor. I have a live stream I'd like to share with the court today to support my character. Not going to happen. So this being here is a waste of time. Shit, I would say, leave this alone and use this time to prepare your case and get that together, or use this time to I don't know, man, draw some support from your loved ones and the people that can really be there for you. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, we as men, we dumb as hell. We'll come on here with this goofy shit, cuss each other out, pull up, we'll do all that shit. We act crazy with shows. I got a gun. I'm a shooter, whatever, right? But then the women are in the background going, baby, why is you up? You keeping the kids up. See, I always tell men, listen to your woman. See, she the one gonna keep your ass from getting killed out here, or she gonna keep you from losing money. She's telling you, sit your ass down. She's like, babe, she's trying to respect you. She's trying to respect your manhood and your authority. And she's trying to tell you to do the right thing, but you ain't listening. That's why you got to keep them wisdoms close, right there with you. You know what I mean? So you got to keep them close and listen to them, man. Trust me, it took me how many years before I started listening to mine fucking up? About, I don't know, 25 years of fucking up before I realized, stop buying the shit she telling you not to buy. Stop, read that contract, it still happened. I don't understand why the situation is unique, unfortunate, yes, but not new. So yeah, this is just a different perspective, y'all. I had dropped that link or whatever. I guess I don't leave much open to discuss. So when the man say, why people don't come up there? Why they don't come? Oh, well, if they have an opinion or a point of view, usually I've already done created 2 points of views. As Yolanda said, I talk to myself. I have the whole conversation with myself. And I'm kind of glad that I got it done in an hour, because I do say, Photon asked the question, like, yo, do you ever feel like, because the people don't like support it, like, do you ever feel like, you talk? And sometimes it do. To be quite honest with you, if I spend an hour and a half, 2 hours, I think about that's an hour I could have been doing something else. But I don't feel bad because it's only like 5 o'clock here. So I don't feel like I wasted 3 hours because I do have stuff I got to do. So that was, 30. I had 30 sitting up. Really though? Because y'all love that effery. God damn. Like I said, this definitely ain't no boring crowd. Shit. 28, 30 people. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Okay. What do you say? How about you don't laugh at anyone else's problems if you don't want them laughing at your problems? Hey, look, that's where I started at with. I said, that's when I was like, and now that's the flip side of this. It's like, look, y'all, how many times Speak and me gotta say it? If you come on here every day, it's okay. But if you want to host shows and the premise of your platform is I'm going to expose the next man, I'm going to embarrass the next man, I'm going to put his old lady up on the screen and show y'all how much weight she gained, I'm going to shame his kids, I'm going to I'm going to imply that he's gay, and I'm going to drag him out the closet, and I'm going to basically, if you're going to spend your life engaging, man, look, in the effery, man, understand some of these people, man, again, you don't know them and you don't know what they do. You know, that couple out in Vegas got their cabbage pushed back right out there on the sidewalk. That was unfortunate. It should never get to that point, but you never know who you're dealing with. Now, a lot of people on here appear to be harmless to me. You know, they'll show you, they'll yell and scream and say bitch ass ninja like 82 times. They might even show you some weaponry or whatever, but they probably not gonna bust a grape in a food fight. Don't let that make you confident though. Don't let that lure you into a false sense of security, because that same person that you think, because they're not, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna drive all the way from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin to come see me in Detroit. You just don't know. And you know them real G's, they move in silence, so they won't say nothing. They'll disappear, be in a hole, they be over in the cooking sector somewhere. Then all of a sudden, here you is coming out of the Wawa, and I'll book up, got your ass knocked out. You like, what the hell? I woke up on the sidewalk. My two loose Newports was gone. I broke my bottle of Cisco or Mad Dog, whatever that rock gut shit you drank. And then you don't even know what happened. They won't even ever tell you they did it. It just be like, damn, I must have did some messed up ass shit months ago that just caught up to me. So that's where we at. And some people do pull up. Some of y'all pull up, and there was a lot of challenges around here for boxing matches and shit. Man, if y'all, shit, if you're gonna do it, make it for charity, man. Make the shit interesting. At least that way you can't get hurt. Willie D, Melly Mel still challenging Willie D to a fight. She talking about he want a rematch. Nah, man. Nah, Mel. Mel had all them muscles and shit. I learned a lesson that day. Don't matter how many muscles you got. Shit. And you notice something, we all got that same soft temple. You know, you get hit in that shit, you going down. I've been on both sides of that. and shout out to the brother last night that kept that shit 100% real. Like, yo, hey, shit. Bro got me. He just got me. Shit happens. And you think, and the funny thing is, us men can tell you, some of us ain't odd enough to tell you that when the short dude knocked the shit out of us and stunned the shit out of us, because we was talking shit, and we bigger than him, wider than him, we thought. And then all of a sudden, it's like, shorty came up in between your guard and book up, uppercut, chin, your teeth clacked together, head snapped back like a Pez dispenser, and your ass staggered a little bit. And you like, go ahead, shorty. That wasn't me, by the way, y'all. Or I told y'all in the past, y'all messing with them gay dudes and got your ass whooped. I done seen a couple of them. Hilarious. You can talk that gay shit, but you keep forgetting that's a man. He was a man first, and he's still a man. He'll knock your ass smooth out.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sorry about that. If I get disconnected again, that's why. I got a phone call. I'm on my my mobile. Yeah, you on one. So I'm gonna ask you something. Do you think the situation? Let's stay on this Kip versus Ray Triggs situation. Do you think that their kerfuffle can be resolved?
Oh yeah, it doesn't have a choice. It's gonna, because if there are pending cases, eventually the case dates will come and go. If there are restriction orders, they will expire, and this shit will eventually just fizzle all the way out. It's going to run out of fuel at some point.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm saying personally, between the two of them, do you think that they're going to meet head to head, even if it's virtually? But they also live in the, like, you know how I think it was TC and Grown Man, they randomly met up. Am I correct? Do you know how that went down? Like it wasn't like intentional. And I think Don even ran into Grown Man. So being that they're in the same state, even I don't know how the difference from Philly radius versus Atlanta, it may be larger. Atlanta, the chance of them two meeting is highly unlikely. But go ahead.
I think it could happen, but I don't think anything will happen. because I think when we on the internet, we have a tendency to, like, in other words, I will turn up more here than I would if we were in a public place. Like
Yeah.
you don't see
Well,
people. I mean, I feel like, just judging by the personalities, I think if they were
yeah.
face to face, I think it would be like a civil conversation. And I
Oh,
think
okay.
and I think it would come to a resolve. It would be like,
Uh,
because
you think?
when you look somebody in their eyes, you can see their soul. So you can kind of, like, in other words, what if somebody was online, right? And they all rah-rah and turning up and shit, and they saying the most heinous shit they could say. And then when you look in their face, you be like, you ain't really like that. You know what I mean? If you could, because you can look at, if you were met, you can look into a person and go, hey, oh, that shit wasn't real. And you might say, well, why am I responding to it like it's real? And then you might just it might calm all the way down. Or it could go the opposite way and be completely explosive. But in this case, I think it would calm down and end up with two dudes sipping some hot chocolate with marshmallows, talking the shit out, and then being like, all right, yo, whatever, man. I ain't gonna say shit to you, ain't gonna say shit to me. Well, you know, Ray famous for that, saying, hey, look, going forward, you ain't gonna say my name, I ain't gonna say your name, right? You know, that's his thing. So I think he'll probably say that in real life, probably. And I think it'll be agreed
Uh,
upon. That's
that's
just my
that's
opinion.
that's optimistic of you. I don't know. I wouldn't agree with that because of the level of involvement outside of this personal YouTube beef. You know, families are involved and courts now, protection orders. I mean, that's probable what you're saying as far as looking in a person's eyes and see their soul and see if their real feelings. I don't think that would be the case with them two, though. Real talk. But I could be wrong too. You could be right. I think that they would, even though it may start that way, but just I don't even think it would start that way. I don't even think it would start that way. But I was curious to find out from you because I don't have an answer to my question myself. That's why I came
I
back to find
I
out what's your
haven't
take.
I haven't heard any of them. Maybe I missed it. I haven't heard any physical threats. I only heard what I'm gonna do to you legally. You know,
Mm.
I'm gonna do
Well,
this
then Dookie,
legally.
then
And so,
Ray Tricks. That's okay. No, Ray Tricks did say, and that reminds me because he wanted me to find that receipt where he said that. He came on my panel, Ray Tricks, and he said something of the nature of he'll slap him or punch him at the Burlington, something like that. For him to repeatedly say that he said that on my live, then yeah, he did threaten physical violence. Is what I'm saying. You didn't catch that? Maybe you didn't check that. You didn't check.
no, I didn't. I didn't catch it. So, like I said, I mean, if it's recorded somewhere, to me, the Ray guy seems to be a little bit more careful than that. Like, listening to
Mm.
his commentary, it sounds like he thinks legally, like how Kip says, you were trying to bait me into this place because you want to serve me. He seems more what's the word I'm looking for? Like measured when it comes to
What you mean?
stuff like
So,
that.
so you agree with? You think it was a setup too? Then you think?
No, I'm
Just
just
keep it
saying,
real. Keep it real.
the
You
way that he
think
said it, I think I think it would. That would have been a perfect opportunity to serve somebody and to be
no
masked up.
setup? Oh, so you think it was a setup? He was setting them up
Not,
to serve
yeah,
them.
just to serve, if anything. I don't think it was like an ambush.
Okay.
But either way, the other guy was smart for not going, because, like, you don't want to get served and you don't want to take a risk on getting ambushed. So I think especially the way that Ray says, that's not me, that wasn't me, that ain't me, that ain't me. By having that recorded, that means I'm not acknowledging anything that's said here can't be used against me in the court of law, because I'm saying that's not me. They'll say, oh, it sounds like you. That wasn't me, though. You heard me saying it's not me. That's somebody else. So that's somebody that's kind of thinking like, nah, you're not going to get me jammed up. Because if I match this, and part of it is whatever, protection, I guess. I don't know. Some people say embarrassment. But you don't want to be recorded admitting. Because if I say this is me, now you can tie anything that I said here, call it a terroristic threat, then tie it into the ongoing case. Now I'm really fucked. So, you know, I think, but the funny thing is, as meticulous as we are, as intelligent as we try to be, we make mistakes because we cash at people. We leave evidence. We take a video and my film is in the reflections. My image is in the reflection. So no matter how careful we are, for some reason, we always get found out. You know, you get a picture of your front door, they got a picture of your front door. Like, even though for a whole decade, nobody can still to this day cannot even say what you look like. But yeah, you got people at your front door. So I don't know. You can't be too careful, is what I'm saying.
Right. What's your opinion? I don't know if you know of a person by the name of G Gates in the sector. There's a guy by the name of G Gates out of Vegas, also known as Vegas Gates, Vegas Styles. You ever heard of him?
I spoke on him earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was saying, I just want to know what's your thoughts on his main talking point when it comes to critiquing Kip. And I think his main talking point is he's concluding that the reason why Kip is doing this is not because Ray Triggs has targeted his son, but because Ray Triggs has embarrassed him. What is your thoughts and opinions on his perspective, Vegas Gates'
It's
conclusion?
it's one and the same. If you talked about my son, I could take that as an attack on my son, and it can also embarrass me. So it's not saying anything profound like, oh, this is the real reason why. No, it could be part of it. It doesn't make it any less of an offense. So in other words, if they say you're retaliating because he embarrassed you, I say it's relevant. If he says you're retaliating because he attacked your family, I still say that's relevant. Like I said earlier, they have the right to use whatever tools at their disposal to do whatever they think is necessary, needs to be done. That's just the way it is. So, and like I said, we're drawing a lot of entertainment out of this. A lot of people get a lot of shows. There's a lot of cash apps flowing and things. So, like I said, everybody's out, selling popcorn in the stands and shit, just like the gladiators.
Wait. Did you just talk in circles? I asked you a direct question. Did you just talk in circles?
No,
I
I
didn't get
actually
a
answered
clear
it.
answer. I'm kind of confused. What was your answer again? I'm kind of confused.
You're saying, oh, you're asking me, am I thinking is he retaliating solely for
Oh, now
the
I get
purpose?
it. Right. So you're saying it's both reasons.
I mean, it could be, because if you publicly expose my relative, my offspring, not only can that be an attack, it can also be you're embarrassing my relative also. So it's not like oh, you're retaliating because somebody simply embarrassed you. It doesn't lessen it any. So I don't understand. That's not anything profound. So and I can't say that it is. I can only take from the source himself. Kip said, no, it's because my family was attacked. He didn't say it's because I'm embarrassed. So it doesn't even, I'll say, I go with the man, what he said. He said he deemed it as an attack, and that's what it was. And that's what he's responding to. Yeah, I don't think technically speaking, I mean, it's all embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? I think it has is an element of it is embarrassment. Not only because it's like, even if it was something good,
But
it could
there's
be
some
my
people,
son.
they don't get embarrassed. I mean, that's all in. Everybody doesn't have the same personality. Some people don't get embarrassed at all for
Yeah,
anything, especially with something like this. You know what I mean? He may be that type of personality. I don't know his birth sign, but if that has any relevance, but um, I don't know if you could really say that and really label that's how everybody gets embarrassed, because I don't think that that's true. There are people that are psychotic and just
yeah,
have no feelings when it just comes to emotional states of others
yeah. Like
or even
I could
themselves.
say, I could say, oh, your son is in a wheelchair, and you might be embarrassed by that fact. Where the other parent would be like, so what? Handicapped people exist. So I get it.
Right.
QT1.
But you think but you kind of said Kip really isn't you it seemed like you was more on the side of what he was more doing it for his family's name rather than for the embarrassment. Like, what is the percentage for you? Is it more,
It's
is it balanced?
it's a matter of honor.
Yeah.
Like you insulted my family's honor. It's like now I had to slap you with the white glove and challenge you to a duel. That's how I see it.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome in
Yeah.
QT1. She come with
Hey
the plates,
Doc.
y'all. She got them
Hey
them
Doc.
turkey
What's
wings.
up, Futon? What you doing?
Hey, I'm okay. How you doing? It's been a long
I'm
time
good.
since I heard you.
I know I had a
Okay.
question for you, but you had I guess you said you got a call or whatever. And then, you just brought up a murking situation. Uh that I think did you say something about somebody wanted you to find where that was said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that Here's my question. Um, on your panel last night or early this morning, um, you had two females on the panel, one of which spoke about not dealing with people who make those type of threats, as in to murk someone. So my question to you is, the person that was saying that is still hanging out, chilling with, however you want to put it, with the other female that said they would murk.
Who said that?
Wait, listen,
Who?
they
What?
would murk
I
a
didn't say.
person for
I
calling
didn't
their
say
daughter.
Dookie said that he would murk Kip. He said he'll slap him or something like that. And Kip wanted me to find that receipt of where he said that. But I didn't. I didn't hear no murking. Maybe. And I
Okay.
heard. Stargate. You
Uh-huh.
talking about Stargate?
Yes, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So she said she would murk the male, correct?
Yeah.
But the older lady that you had on there with
Hmm.
her last night said she don't hang out with people like that because those people are dangerous. Anybody who would threaten to murk someone is dangerous. You heard that, right?
No, no. Where's the timestamp? No, but okay.
Let me
She could
see.
have said that if you recall it.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell you the let me see. I think it's 3:58:29, if I'm not mistaken. I put it on your
Okay.
page. I put the timestamp on your page. You go back. I already
Was
put the
just listening to
timestamp on there.
replay. I just didn't get to that point. I was at like 3:30 listening to the
Okay.
replay. But all right.
Okay.
So it's at 3. I'll check it. I'll check
Yeah,
it
so I
definitely.
timestamped it. So let me just ask you. I mean, let's just do a hypothetical. So if you hear someone say that, the scenario I just laid out, wouldn't that be real hypocritical of them saying
Mm.
that?
Ugh.
It's a yes or no. Just hypothetical.
Mm.
Come on,
You waiting for an
futon.
answer from me?
Yes, yes.
Dag. See, I gotta hear the context. I need
No, no,
more.
no, no,
I
no.
need more
Listen, that's why I
information.
said we're not even talking about that now, because you're gonna listen to
Yeah.
the time. Like I gave you the time, so that's why I said now I'm just giving you a hypothetical.
Mm.
Like if a person says that, would that not be
Mm.
hypocritical?
Mm.
Okay, Doc, he don't want to
No,
answer.
no, 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 no. I can answer
Oh,
that.
oh,
But
okay.
there's it's two different. It's conflicting thoughts. I mean, Stargate said one thing, and you said AAS said another. Like I'm not cool. I don't want to be cool with somebody that's threatening unaliving. Is that what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying? She said
Yes. Yeah.
that's hypocritical because
And
Stargate said something of that nature. So why is she hanging with her? That's what you're saying.
yeah, that's my question.
Mm,
She
mm.
said anybody who makes those type of threats are dangerous. So not only so it's twofold. They're a dangerous person, and the fact that they're even saying that is problematic. So would that not be hypocritical?
Um, Maybe yes or no. I mean, we gotta recognize the Stargate's condition and the state of
Mm,
mind she was in as a mother, as a 50-plus-year-old woman, you know,
mm,
that she, protecting her children, her
mm-hmm,
family.
mm-hmm,
Sometimes we can say something that we may not mean. And so
mm,
maybe AAS saw the emotionalism in her and knew
mm.
she was coming out of that place rather than really being legit with her
Okay.
statement.
So in that scenario, then we can't flip it to the male person who you said Kip wanted you to find a clip of. He couldn't be in an emotional state. He couldn't be in that same um thought process. Because if y'all
Absolutely.
say, if okay, I'm just checking. So
But
what's the difference? What's gonna
Dookie,
be the big
Ray
deal?
Tricks, he didn't say that. He didn't go to that extent though. He simply said, and I recall it was around the angle of, I don't know his exact quote, but yeah, I'll smack you, I'll punch you in the face. It was around that. It was about just,
Mm-hmm,
squabbling up rather
mm-hmm,
than, oh, I'm gonna unalive you if you get in contact with my children. That it
mm-hmm.
was so it's a kind of a different context. So Stargate gave more rah-rah than Dookie. when it came
Okay.
to their kerfuffles. But
Okay.
they're both wrong in a sense. That's kind of, even to wish any type of bodily harm for whatever reason is out of line, in my opinion. But I can't speak for them, and if I'm in that situation as they, I don't know how I would respond, to be honest with you. But I would think that I would respond in a mature, sane manner.
Yeah. And see, I guess, and I feel you on that. I'm just m- my thing is simply that you can't sit up, not you, meaning that statement that's made, like, in anybody who does that or says that, call them dangerous, etc. I don't give a damn what mind state you are. You know what I'm saying? You can't go that far to say that, but you still sitting with that person. You know what I mean? Because it's
Wow.
either a, like how you said, some nuances to that situation, right? Or it's not. But it's a hell of a pick and choose in what is uh morally okay with that person. But when it's her clan, all morality goes out the damn window. That's just my opinion. And that's an assessment from across all the time that person has been here. A person outside of that clan can say they're being stalked, they're being harassed, etc. It's all delusional and it's lies and so many untruths. But when it's that side who have all this information on everybody, it's made up. It's a lawful situation. It's all type of excuses. That's why I want to ask you that question, because it just seems so one sided, and all the
Mm.
over talking and yelling, even when you're trying to talk and you're the host, just chiming in. Because I was trying to check out was that the TPO situation, and it was hard to get through because it's like, damn, why is it that this is being presented and the commentary is like it's a whole goddamn trial? Why is she talking about, oh no, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and the whole thing is like, let you get through it. A lot of people, if they don't know what a damn temporary protective order is, they can fucking Google that. I'm sorry for my language, Doc. They can Google that. You get what I'm saying?
I
It's
know you be
it's
cussing.
kind of common sense. Temporary. Temporary means until I go to the next step. I mean, my goodness. You could be entertaining. We could all acknowledge that, but damn, man, you know what I'm saying? With the current state of events, somebody's just trying to get through it. Whew, it was just hard to listen to. It's like, this is not a trial. And then bringing in how, what was it? I'm trying to find the right terminology. The what ifs. Yeah, well, what about when he was doing this to this person, this person, this person? That has nothing to do with his shit. He's got to specify the person who he has the order against, if it's indeed a real order, right? All that shit with everybody else in the sector is irrelevant. But she wants to talk, 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 like all this shit is going to come up. It is sad that she goes on and on as if people are stupid in the sector. As if people don't have common damn sense. If it's me and you, if I got a situation with you and I'm taking you to court, I can't bring up all this other shit you did to other people to validate my situation with you. I have to stick with the facts of what I say you've done to me. You're not about to counter with all the other shit that was going on in the sector. That's stupid. This is not a trial. So it's either, oh boy, gonna have facts or he's not. If it's a troll move, it's a good ass troll move. If it's entertainment, it's entertaining. Okay? But she be taking shit way too serious and want to tell everybody the goddamn law. The shit is ridiculous. Anywho, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. Thanks for having me, Doc. And I like this conversation that you're having. And the chat got it going on too, with a lot of
No doubt.
add-ons to what you're saying. So I'm gonna get back in the clouds and continue to listen to you. Thanks for answering my question, Food Time. Appreciate you.
QT, you gonna change them batteries in your pager?
You know what? I'm gonna let that die on out because I'm gonna get my big block cell phone now. Yeah.
Okay, because I've been hitting it. Now I know you ain't been getting it. Them
I get
batteries
it,
that came
don't
with
trip.
Chinese
Don't trip.
batteries. All right.
All right, bye.
All right. Peace. So that brings us down to wind this down because it's dinner time and I'm right on schedule, y'all. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Interesting conversation. Definitely indeed. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I just been listening to everybody and I kept saying, bro, just get it in your mind and get it together, figure out what it is you want to say. And hold on 1 second. Hold on. I gotta let Honey Bunny come through real quick. You said all good, darling, next time. So if you come up, you come up. But yeah, so it's I just felt like again, just respecting everybody's opinion because instead of myself getting emotionally wrapped up in what content creators are doing, I recognize you all have sides. Okay, I just wanted you to know I recognize that, and you have sides for good reason, right? And you're gonna rock with the person you rock with, right? And sometimes it might look hypocritical, sometimes because you got to go against your own principle to do so. But that's life. Anyway, welcoming the Honey Bunny to the stage.
Thank you, Bomb Bunny. How are you, darling?
Oh, I'm good, darling.
Cool beans. I got a helicopter. I don't even know if that sounds like helicopter. We got a car. Anyway, I won't hold you up. I know you're getting ready to go, but you don't have to come up here and give you a little bunny love.
I appreciate that. I like that.
Cool beans. Hello, my darling. And my honey bunny's in the chat. All right, well, it's gonna I guess we're gonna see everybody over at the original vibe. Can I plug that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Where is this gonna be?
Over at Ray's, he's going live tonight. I'm not sure if anybody else is going live tonight. I'm going to be going live next week. That's what's so far scheduled. I don't know what's going on with Slender and Seven and T, but we're going to just vibe out to whoever's hanging out. We're going to come hang out with them. And real quick, I definitely agree with T. I'm on the side of truth and facts. So we just going to let it do what it do.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
I will talk to y'all later. I love and I do as my bunnies, and I will see y'all at the original vibe. Delicious,
All
and thank you
right.
for letting me up at the last minute, darling.
No doubt. You always got a place here.
Thank you.
All
And how
right.
are you today?
All right.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Cool beans.
No doubt
Cool
about it.
beans. All right. See you later.
All right, baby. Well, that was my personal sugar hair. That's right, y'all. That's a play on Honey Bunny. Get it? Sugar hair. It's a pun. Anyway, man, I was back to thanking y'all for coming through, man, and just listening to me ramble on and on. LV, I saw that comment. That's because I can actually answer his questions. I can keep up with them. A lot of people, they don't do well with that investigative reportive style of his. But I know I mean what I say and say what I mean. So it's easy to dance with his questions. No doubt. Max says he ain't on nobody's side. Well, it might be some of us that's not on the side. Some of us is just, whatever. But I just feel like instead of coming on here, like I said, man, y'all done had enough people preaching to you. You done preached enough to the gladiators. And at the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to do. And it's nothing we can do about it. But, like I said, find out where you fit into it, and vibe there at that level. So that's what I did today. So anyway, I want to leave y'all with the words of peace and tranquility. Namaste.